Hi, everybody. How are y'all doing? We are back with Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How's everybody out there doing?
I'm
How are
doing well.
you?
Y'all, how are we sounding? Because if I need to put my headphones on, I will. But I know the last couple of live streams when I didn't have them on, y'all weren't complaining. But are y'all hearing an echo? Are y'all hearing feedback? If so, I'll put my headphones on. If not, I'd love to not have them on, but y'all let me know how we're sounding. Let me say some hellos. I only see, well, okay, the Twitter holic came in as the Twitter holic. Y'all, if you want to get the lowdown on what's happening in the Twitter streets, follow the Twitter holic. She will keep you abreast on what Black Twitter is talking about out there. Now, is it lo-fi, sis? Is that how I'm supposed to say it? Some people say lo-fi. I say lo-fi. Tell me so I can know if I'm saying it incorrectly. How are you doing? Thank you for being with us. And Alethea B, that is also the Twitter holic. She is the Twitter holic. But y'all go check out both of her channels. Check out Alethea B if you want to learn about foreign exchange trading, because she and I do a fire ass session on Wednesdays, Winning Wednesdays, and we show you how we do our trading thing that, help us get our bags up on the, what I'm saying? If you want to learn about that, that's who you follow. But if you want to know what's happening in the Twitter streets, it's a Twitter holic. Sweet Brown Sugar 504, our New Orleans lady. How are you doing? Thank you for coming back, because I know I have not been live streaming. We know we love having Mr. Chalaki here with us. And I'm thrilled that my friend is back. So y'all about to be sitting in on a phone conversation is what this is about to boil down to. Hey, James, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Naturally Nakaya, that is another YouTube channel that you can check out if you want to learn about natural living, clean living, chemical-free cleaning for your home and things of that nature, and for your face and things of that nature. Check out Naturally Nakaya. All right, y'all. Jacob Jennings, our singer, is in the house. Now, y'all know Mr. Chalaki can sing. Jacob Jennings got up here, Mr. Chalaki, and he sang for my birthday on the birthday stream, and he has an
Aw,
awesome voice. We did Wrong Lyrics karaoke for the 40K celebration. He just came and sang a song. You know, those people who
I love
you
it.
go to karaoke and everybody's sounding bad, and there's that one person who like gets up there singing like Jennifer Holiday, and it's like, okay, let's He's that guy. Okay. Wings and mumbo sauce is in the house. We love our wings and our mumbo sauce. She's in the house. Thank you for being in the house and much love to Wings and Mumbo Sauce. Without getting into her personal business, y'all, whatever you believe in, prayers, love, and light, send it her way. We love our Wings and Mumbo Sauce. Allegedly, Elise, I got to the honor of having brunch with allegedly Elise today. That is another YouTube channel that you can check out. Yeah, and y'all, if you got a channel and I haven't shouted out your channel, shout yourself out. Let us know what you're doing over there in these YouTube streets so we can support you too. Hello, Lady Lex. Thank you for being here. Bernie S is in the house. Look, I think that we've said the hellos for everybody who has come and spoke. But yeah, y'all, allegedly, Elise, if you're looking for some, if you're looking for reviews on like those own TV shows, and if you like reviews for shows like this, check out allegedly Elise. She's going to be back in the groove over there on her channel. But just go on and subscribe, and so you'll be ready for whenever she's ready. Right? Hello. Okay, so it is time, y'all, to get into Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all know I love talking about this with Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki, we haven't talked all season really about this. So before we get into the reunion, you have any just overall thoughts you want to give about the season? Any overall thoughts even you want to just give about the reunion before we really dig in, dig in?
Hmm. I definitely liked Mia from the very beginning, but as the season went on, in particular towards the latter part of the season, I started not to like her, but I do think she's a good fit for the show. Um, Overall, I think Potomac is still better than Atlanta. I don't know exactly what Atlanta's going to bring this season. I don't know what else they could do. I mean, they could interchange the girls and bring on new people, bring back the OGs, whatever. I don't think it matters, at least not to me. Um, and so, it's just been a lot on Twitter when it comes to Real Housewives of Potomac. It's a lot. It's very clear the people they like and the people they don't like. Um, I saw a very interesting post recently where it had the people that should come back from Bravo Holics or something like that on Instagram. It was basically somebody did like a poll thing and people voted for the people that they would like to stay and the people that they would like to go, the people they would like to bring back, and the people they would like to stay away. And it was just very interesting. I mean,
I
I can
saw
talk
that
about it.
poll. I saw that poll. If I'm correct, basically they wanted all of the light skinned women to come back and they didn't want the dark skinned women to come back. Am I correct? Is that
Correct.
the one you saw? Okay, I saw that. And I find that to be very interesting. First of all, hi, James Antoine. I wanted to leave that up there so that I wouldn't forget to say hi to you. Thank you for hanging out with us. So I saw that. And I will tell y'all, for me personally, if anyone must go, it must be Robin Dixon. Robin, in 6 seasons, in my opinion, has brought us nothing. She's been trying to marry her ex husband since season one. We finally got the fake ass Morganite ring at the end of season five, and we are expecting a wedding date, right? And for me, um, it was when so who was it that she told? She said, was it Karen or was it Wendy? Who she said was not invited to her wedding, and we're all like,
Wendy.
Robin, you're not invited to your wedding. Okay, so that's not a threat to anybody. You know, she's giving us what? What is she giving us? The little devilish ass children and these tired ass hats. Robin can go, and then she's an echo chamber for Giselle. If I want to know what Giselle is thinking, I can listen to Giselle. I don't need to listen to Robin back her up. For me,
Right.
Robin can go. Now, I will admit, and because we talked about this show last season, Wendy, not my favorite person, and neither is
Right.
Candace. They do both, in my opinion, though, bring something to the show. So I feel like they are needed. Um, that's how I feel. I don't like Giselle, but what I would like to see is Giselle have to navigate through the show without Robin backing her up. That's the reason that I'd like to see Giselle come back.
I
But yeah,
agree.
I saw the poll, and I find it very suspicious, um, for anyone to think that Robin should be there uh, over anyone. That's me. But let's just throw the question out there for you, Mr. Chalaki. Who would you, if one person has to go for you, who has to go?
Robin, personally, I mean, I would say Giselle, but that's pointless to say that. She's always going to have a job. She's willing to do any and everything for that camera time. She has not had a storyline either, but she's able to jump into other people's problems and storylines and make it her own. And as you can see, she didn't have shit going on this season, but she's still sitting right beside Andy. So it's like the favoritism is real with Giselle, and she's a favorite over there at Bravo at least. So she's gonna always be there. And I agree with you. It'll be interesting to see how Giselle acts without her right hand woman right there beside her.
Oh man.
But she still has Ashley. So
Yeah, but Ashley won't go behind her all the time. Ashley, let's
yeah,
be clear, is Team Ashley. And
yeah,
that's just the way she plays. So if it is convenient for her to side with Giselle, then she will. And as we saw last season, when it's convenient for her to side with Monique, she did. So Ashley's going to do what benefits Ashley. Robin is going to do what benefits Giselle. And that's the
true.
difference. There is a difference. Hi, Mary Vanderbilt. That's why I kept your name up there. I wanted to be sure that I said hi. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. So yeah, I want to do a separate stream because we have to talk about the reunion. We only have Mr. Chalaki until 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock Central. And but I would like to do, if you're interested, Mr. Chalaki, and I'd like to even do this as a panel. I'd like to do a separate live stream on the colorism issues. They are there, and for me, they are very nuanced. As far as the personalities on the show, because
Hmm.
my opinions of Wendy and Candace haven't changed since last season. They weren't my favorites, and I do feel like in some ways they are victims of colorism, and I feel like sometimes when they call it out, that's not what it is. I do feel like sometimes they're just being unlikable, but I also feel like, even when they are being victims, when they are the victims of actual colorism, I can look at the way that both of them have treated Monique, and I can say that they also participate in the same type of behavior. So they don't, for me, make very sympathetic figures where that comes into play, but I see it. You know what I mean? So I
Hmm.
want to have that conversation in another live stream, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Maybe we could get Layla Lynn to come back. I don't know if did you see she posted a video that you all might want to watch if y'all haven't seen it. That there's a young woman, a college student, who started an organization to teach people, well, to basically unteach colorism. She has this page, and she broke down some of the issues on the show, which I didn't disagree with anything that she said, but I felt like she left out a few things. And that was my only
Hmm.
issue with it. So anyway, Layla Lynn posted that video, and I'd like to have maybe you, Layla Lynn, and maybe Color Me Pink, or maybe even another man to bring balance. I don't know how we do this, but I definitely want some people who are kind of more feeling Candace, because I'm not a fan, but I'm not a fan of colorism either. But
Right.
just to have a more balanced conversation, because I don't want it to just be a bash Candace fest. And well, even though we know that some shit's going on, we're not going to admit it. You know what I mean? So I want to have that conversation if you're willing to come back, and we can just have that discussion separately.
Sure.
Are you cool with that? Okay, let's make that happen. Let's say no later than a week after part 4 of this reunion, which, by the way, 4 parts.
Okay.
What do you think about 4 parts to this reunion?
I don't think it's. I don't know. I'm just thinking about sitting through all the Housewives shows, and each one of them, I guess, now is going to have 4 parts. I can't stomach it. I don't know what else they could talk about within 4 parts. I just hope that they're entertaining throughout all 4 parts, but I know that's never the case. It's even with 3 parts. So I guess we're gonna see what it gives, but I think 4 parts is a little unnecessary.
Hmm. I think that for every show, I don't care how amazing the
Hmm.
season was, I've never seen a need for a 4-part reunion. Hi, Gabriel Escobosa. You were at, I think, my most recent live stream, and I forgot to say your name, and I love to say your name. And so please forgive me because I did not say your name. Hi, Gigi Cloud. She says yes, her face. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate that.
Hello.
Um, Okay. Hi, Vanessa Allman. Allman. I see Alethea saying hi. Thank you for that, Alethea. So I'm trying to catch everybody. Okay. So uh, 4 parts. That's a lot. Now, one
Yeah.
thing that I think they can always take out, maybe that will help us get down to 3 parts, is Andy going around saying hello to everybody at the beginning, watching their glam squad do their work. I really hate that. But did you notice? I gotta ask, anyone who was left out of the pre-reunion hellos, or at least that didn't make it to the cutting floor?
Was it Mia? Mia or
It was
Robin? Okay.
it was Rob. Again, not needed, right? Who
Right.
cares, right? Y'all, I just can't tell
Wow. I didn't even think
you.
about that. You're right.
I think that Robin is. I cannot tell you. Okay, so let me get let me get through my notes. I do have some notes here. You know, I always try to keep myself on task. So, um, let me ask you this. You know, we did it. We did the full thing last season, but we didn't. We can do it maybe before the part 2. But who's your best dressed? Who's your worst dressed? And honestly, no one truly blew me away, and even the worst dress wasn't as bad as I've seen. So if you want to take your top 3 and your bottom 3, or just if you have a best and a worst, let me know who is it for you.
So my best dress is actually a scholar and Ashley, believe it or not. I thought Ashley looked great. You know, it was she looked like she was going to prom, but I mean she looked pretty. She looked nice. This is her best reunion look yet, in my opinion. And the scholar, she's been giving it all season, just being an extra on the show. So she looked cute. Um, the middle of the road girls was Wendy, Karen, and Mia for me. Um, and Robin as well. Might as well put her there. Not that they look bad or nothing, just it didn't wow me. And the worst dress to me was Giselle and Candace, like from head to toe.
Yes. Yeah. I that's what I put on the thumbnail, and I meant that. Giselle was worst dressed. Candace was runner up for worst dressed for me. Um,
Hmm.
so for me, surprisingly enough, Ashley was best dressed. I never said that.
Right.
Ever. Because Ashley, we know that Michael's got the money, but Ashley does not dress like money. She doesn't, you know.
No.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Her style is very casual. And honestly, I don't really look to any of these girls for fashions. I think, just because I only watched Potomac and Atlanta. Atlanta
Hmm.
blows them away in fashion department, and even half of them are not like just those fashion girls, you know. So for me, yeah, Ashley, and then I'll say Escala, then Karen. Um, but they are actually distant second and third for me. Escala, something about her material was looking a little cheap to me. The fit was
Hmm.
great. She has a great body and everything. Karen, same thing, kind of. The When I saw the snaps, like with all the ladies lined up, I was like, Karen, legs, yes, this is not a 60-year-old woman. I still love the way that it fit her body. But then when
Hmm.
she's sitting on the couch and I could see the mesh across her chest, I hate that. It reminds me of Lisa Nicole, ice skater costume at the top, dress at the bottom fashions. So
Right.
I just hate seeing that. Looks like lace from a wig or pantyhose stretched across that's holding your dress together. I hate that. So, and then yeah, middle of the road for me would be Mia and actually Robin. Robin did not look great, but the dress was an improvement from last year's gold turtleneck fiasco
Hmm.
that she had on. But her makeup was atrocious. Her
Yeah.
makeup was terrible and looked like she was dealing with a breakout of some sort too. Like she might have had some kind of skin breakout or whatever. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so that's that. No need to harp on all of that. Okay, so we started with Giselle's fashions. Giselle's fashions are like the seventh character on the show.
Lord.
There was talk about whether or not her fashion improved this season. Did you see an improvement in Giselle's fashion this season? Was it the
Like,
same, better,
uh,
worse?
so I think it was like a small improvement, but not enough for people to notice, really. It's like you got to like really pay attention from her all these years until now. I think this season is probably the season where she probably looked the best, but it's still no comparison in the fashion department to everybody else. Um, and to hear her say that she's been dealing with the same stylist for all 6 years, I fell out laughing. And she said it's the same person. I said, "Oh God!" And you got the same hairstylist, at the same like Giselle. You making some money now? What's the problem? You just cheap as hell. Like, come on.
I about fell out when she said that she had a stylist. I would not have thought that. And when she said that, I thought that, okay, maybe it's the same guy who does her hair because we know he can't do hair. Maybe he can't dress either, but he thinks it's all fabulous. Therefore, she thinks it's all fabulous. But
Right.
for me, it became okay. Obviously, there's the question at the video shoot: is Chris getting paid? My question was: is Giselle's stylist getting paid? Now that I know that she has one, is are these fashions being put together in this way because she's overdue sending in payments? Is she paying in bounce checks? So the stylist is mad. So okay, I'll show you, girl. You don't know any better. You wear
Okay.
this. Oh, that became the question for me. Forget about Chris. Who cares whether he's getting paid in money or love or whatever? Is Giselle's stylist getting paid? That is the new burning question for me.
Hmm. That's a good question. That is a good question because I don't understand. I can give people a pass on the first season, maybe even the second season. But there's sixth season on the show, and you've been a main cast member this entire time, and you sit at the head seat right next to Andy. Come on,
I
no
don't
excuse.
understand. Hold up, Aaliyah gave us some money. Thank you, Aaliyah. She says those are first lady fashions from the 99 and 2000. Shout out.
Come on, Juvenile.
2000. Listen, oof, I just man, the fact that okay, so we know that her fashions that it's been a recurring theme, season after season, a recurring thing. Do you think that there's any part of Giselle that is doing this on purpose? Do you think that she's trolling and that she can actually dress better than this, or is she just this tacky person and she really thinks she's giving fashion?
I think I think she's just this tacky person. I think she's delusional. I think she relies on the fact that she's a good-looking woman to just carry her through, and it has probably carried her through life because it's not like she's a good person. At least judging from the show. So I really think that she thinks that because she looks good, that just translate to everything else. But no, sis, you got to put in a little word. She don't get it.
Right.
Look at her
Yeah,
house.
I agree with that. I agree. Yeah, you know what? You're right because I feel like if the fashions, if she's trolling with the fashions, that'd be one thing,
Hmm.
but she wouldn't, if she had a real sense of style, drive around in a Gucci inspired Mini Cooper. And I don't think that she would, for most people, our home is our biggest investment. I don't think that she would do those tacky things in a place where she lives if that wasn't really her. So I kind of
Right.
almost feel like maybe her stylist is showing her better things. Like, the stylists generally come with a rack. And okay, well, we
Mm-hmm.
got this and this, or do you like this and that? Like, and I think that Giselle just picks the absolute worst thing that her stylist brings, like, oh, yeah, yeah, let me do this and these short shorts with those long boots and I'll be serving the girls, and the style's like, well, no, that's not how this goes, So like, no, that's what I want, I kind of feel like
Right.
that's how it must go, I don't know, but okay,
Insane.
yeah, but Karen, she said it's not gonna get any better. It's just gonna the same thing. That's what we're gonna get. I kind of tend to agree with Karen at this point.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
It's
I
unfortunate.
just yeah, it is for her. Let's see. Um, what about okay, we move on to the question of first impressions of Mia. It's her first season, and Andy's asking the girls about their first impressions. Candace says she liked her at first, and Giselle said that what she liked about Mia was that she owns her stuff and she's truthful. And then Candace butted in to say that no, she lies. Um, and I found it problematic that they were kind of going in on her surgeries because she was very upfront about having had so many things done. I don't know if she necessarily had the terminology right. I didn't think that in as far as the surgeries were concerned that she was just intentionally lying. I guess she had vaginal rejuvenation, and so she said she got her clitoris worked on or whatever. But I felt like they were doing a little bit of shaming in that moment about that. What did you think, though? I just want to get your thoughts, and I want to thank Lady Lex for some more cash. She says Giselle dresses like
Yeah.
she shops at Rag Bin, where Regine Hunter used to work. Rag Bin.
Not living single. I'm through. Not regime. Ah, that is so funny.
But your thoughts on Mia and her surgeries?
So I think that Mia kind of did her homework before she came on the show. I think that she has said she was she watched the show before she ended up becoming a cast member. So I think she was like, "Yo, I'm gonna come on the show. I'm gonna spill all my tea so that nobody could discover anything about me." And so one of the biggest things that I guess they could talk about is her surgeries and stuff. So the first time we saw her, I got this done, I got that, I got that, that. I think that she was probably in the midst of the moment because she's had so many surgeries. She didn't specifically say whatever the surgery that she got, down there. She didn't say the technical term, so I guess they kind of made that a moment. I did think it was silly and pointless because she talked about it, and she's a beautiful lady, but we can look at her and tell she done got work done. So I mean,
Yeah,
hey, I mean, I don't know why they stayed on that. I guess they need something to talk about.
yeah, because I mean, there were other lies that she was caught up in, but they really like stayed there on the surgery, and
Hmm.
for me, I found it highly hypocritical of Wendy to be caring
Right.
so much about it. When like Wendy, okay, we you don't look like the person we saw last season. You
Hmm.
admitted to your boobs, and then in front of the women, you didn't say anything about your butt, as if they don't remember that you were walking around like and looking like an ironing board last season. But
All
like they
aboard.
still had to drag that out of you. And so basically all the things that Mia's saying she had done, Wendy had the same stuff done too, probably minus the, vaginal rejuvenation. And so I just didn't understand all of that coming from Wendy in particular. As far as I
Right.
know, Candace hasn't had work done on her body. Karen's been very upfront about what she's had done, but it was pretty much coming from Candace and Wendy, the surgery shaming. I mean, I can kind of say Candace at least has a leg to stand on because, as far as we know, she's not had body work done. I know there's suspicion about her nose or whatever, but I just look. I thought it was tacky. I thought that was tacky. Um,
Yeah, I think
Mia does lie. She's kind of like the same kind of liar that Karen is. She seems to lie about things that aren't really important. I mean, because she's been very upfront about her
mm,
mom, and you know what I mean? Like just silly lies. Like, girl, nobody even asked you that. You just be offering weird lies. She's that kind of
right.
liar. Like it's harmless, but it's weird.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's how I
And
see
I think
it.
I agree. I think that Wendy kept chiming in because, they had fell out. So they're not friends anymore. So it's like, I'm just going to chime in. And honestly, I was shocked to see Wendy sitting at the front seat, on the other side of
Can we
Andy. So,
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? Because I feel like it's gone to her head. So everybody knows that that's like, okay, that's like the coveted seat, the two seats on either side of Andy. And that means, basically the season was about you. You had a lot to contribute to, moving the storylines along. Um, and that's a huge jump to make in one season, all the way from
right.
all the way at the end to right next to Andy. And I feel like she was feeling herself a little too much because she kept interjecting. Like for me, Wendy was not likable last season, and she's not likable this season. And I see her as someone who's always searching for a moment. Like I feel like her biggest desire is to go viral, and I want to be a meme like Nene is all the time. I want them to use my faces in gifs or gifs or whatever the fuck you call them. I feel like that's what she's looking for, and that's the kind of energy I was getting from her. But what do you think?
Um, I feel I could definitely see it maybe like going to her head. And her sitting in this front seat, it's like, oh, I got to deliver. I got to chime in constantly and say stuff, But when you look at past seasons, um, not just on this show, but in particular, like in Atlanta, you'll have a few people who sit in the front seat that has something to say, but for the most part, people just be quiet and wait their turn to talk unless they're spoken to or they want to call out. So she was being a little extra spicy this time for sure. Hmm.
Yeah, it was annoying me. It's like you're gonna get your chance. You're sitting in the the coveted seat. They're obviously going to get to you, but it's just like, girl, she was really getting on my nerves. And I actually found her to be bearable during the season because
Hmm.
during the season when I saw, for the most part, she was kind of defending herself because a lot of jabs were getting thrown at her for wearing her revealing clothes or whatever. um and so I didn't really have too many problems with her during this season, but this reunion, she's been annoying the shit out of me. It's only part one, so I don't have a hope that it's going to get much better. Let's see here.
And I liked her dress, uh, Wendy. I thought she looked nice, but I just didn't like the big was it flower or something on the side. I didn't like that. That worked my nerves.
Keisha from the Color Me Pink channel called it a big crustacean sitting on her shoulder.
Right, like a big donut or something. I was like, ooh,
It was, yeah, I didn't like that part. I didn't like that part. Um, and okay, so what about, so we haven't talked all season. Mia's husband, they did talk about G Gordon. Um, And Andy asked if she fell in love with him at first sight. She said that she fell in love with him after she found out that he had a heart because one of her Haitian girlfriends, he helped her to rebuild her or her establishment or whatever. So what do you think
Now
about
that's a
this?
lie.
All season he's been called the benefactor, and there was the question from the person who was well, or the comment, I guess, the person who said that they didn't like the fact that Mia was trying to look like she was a self-made woman, when in fact, at least according to that person, G gave you all your businesses, but she said, well, that's not exactly what it was. He owned his own McDonald's, and I own the Massage Envies, blah blah. What do you make of all of the whole G situation?
I was just confused the whole time. But I think this is one of Mia's lies. First of all, she did not fall in love with that man for nothing more than all that money he spent on your ass. If somebody dropped 10,000 on me for nothing, I'm probably gonna fall in love with him too. It's as simple as that. I'm gonna make it work. Because when you think
You
about
gonna
where
make
she
it work?
come from, right? It's like you think about where she came from. It's like you trying to get out your situation. Same with Ashley. She was rescued by Michael out of her situation. And
Hmm.
so, just keep it real. Like with that aspect, I do think that they fell in love later on. But in the beginning, it was what it was. He had a goal to be with you, and you had a goal to be with him. So it's like, it's just call a thing a thing. That's one thing that annoys me about Mia. She's like you said earlier. She's very honest about some stuff, and then other stuff is the bullshit. It's like just be honest all the way through.
Yeah, because like you're kind of being honest. You're being honest enough that people can figure out what it really is when it comes to you and your husband. But like you'll tell like the most personal things about your mom and your upbringing. Those are things that people would not know, and like those are things that I would imagine that would be like really hard to tell and to talk about and explain. But we kind of see what the situation is with you and G. You kind of allude to it at times, but you won't just say, "Oh yeah, I
Right.
got saved from the strip club." Like you may as well say it. You're out there, girl. So, and some relationships start out transactional and they turn into more.
Hmm.
Some transactional relationships remain that way. Everyone's an adult. You know, half of the girls there should be able to kind of understand where she'd be coming from if she were to say that. So I don't understand. Again, like I said, she lies about things that no one would care. She told the truth. So in that regard, she's weird to me. um she's definitely weird about that. It's just so weird. But anyway, okay, so I guess was there anything else about Mia that you wanted to add to the conversation as far as the reunion is concerned, or even from the season?
Um, I mean, I didn't like the whole. I mean, if we want to talk about it now, the whole talking to the mom thing and that whole moment.
The
I
what?
mean, the whole talking to Candace's mom thing.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there because
Okay,
that was in Candace's packet, right? That was in her package. So, yeah, we'll definitely get there. Oh, hi, Shanitra. I enjoyed a brunch with you and allegedly Elise today. Let's see here. So, Giselle, we kind of already hit on this. They talk about her house and
she's
are things
pretty.
coming together to look like a more cohesive living space. And Karen is basically saying, hell no. But of course, Robin's going to say, she's got to stand up for her woman and say that, basically it is something about the way that the new entrance is being reworked, is tying it all together. Your thoughts?
I just wonder if Robin gets paid from Giselle. Because I would be exhausted. Just, my God. And she really sees herself not running behind him. She really sees herself as not Giselle's shadow. And I just be like,
Think
damn,
she's some kind of independent thinking person, and she's so not. She's
it's
so not.
insane. And she's so likable outside of Giselle. She's so relatable and cool and just down for
Mhm.
whatever. But when she gets with Giselle, she needs to know that every single time. she's gonna sink in that quicksand with Giselle.
Right, right.
Giselle's gonna be falling off the cliff, and she's gonna pull Robin down with her. I'm not the only one to go.
Robin doesn't seem to care though. Robin does not seem to care. Okay, we talked about Giselle dating. This commentator she's talking about. Do you believe that that's real or not?
I don't know what to believe from Giselle, but it bothers me that the producers, first of all, allows her to be in everybody else's relationship. She can never share her own, and they allow her to. She straight up told the camera lady, "Nora, it ain't your goddamn business who I'm dating and who I'm talking to," and they let it go.
Yeah,
It
like you
bothers me.
said,
I'm
she's the
like,
Bravo favorite. I don't see how any of these women, as reality show stars, get away with, I'm not telling you about my personal life. Like, that's what you're here for, girl. Like, we're not here. Like, it'd be different if she was giving us something else, right? Like,
right,
oh, well, I don't care who she's dating because I just want to see Giselle's fashions. That's not like, been said by anyone ever. So, like, girl, we don't care about, yeah, cute as her daughters are, I don't care about seeing her with her daughters. Even though I must admit that's the only time that she seems to be likable. That's not what we
right.
come to reality TV for. So, girl, who are you dating? Other than that, it's just her stirring the pot, with the other ladies and making up lies about the other ladies. And so I just, hi, Queen Bee, how are you doing?
And
Okay, so
I
we get
guess
back to Jamal. Hmm.
I guess I wouldn't have that. Well, I probably would, but I wouldn't have that big of an issue with Giselle not sharing her personal relationships if she just wasn't in everybody else's. It's like you can't be a hypocrite. You can't spill my tea without spilling your own, and that's what bothers me about that whole situation with Giselle and not oh no, and then she deflects constantly. You ask her a question, she deflects. She acts like nothing's bothering her, and it's just Giselle. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I don't like that about her either. How she's so quick to dig into everyone else's business, but it's just hands off of hers. I don't like that, and she's always been that way. You know, but speaking of that, Jamal, who she did not want to talk about last season, and Monique had the binder of truth, and what got me was that when they talked about it during the season, and Giselle, I think, was talking to Candace, and she told her, "Oh, well, none of that stuff was new to me." She sure did look shocked when she was hearing it,
Right.
and she didn't seem to really have her storyline together or her timeline together on when she broke up with Jamal. Um, I was actually glad that her feet got held to the fire and she made a fool of herself once again in trying to answer the questions that should have been simple questions if the relationship was ever real, which I never believed it was. But what do you think about that whole discussion that Andy was finally questioning her? I was looking for him to do that last season. I think he's a year too late. But
Hmm.
what do you think about all of that happened and Karen chiming in and all of that?
Um, just more of the same, more of what I'm glad that finally Andy gave Giselle a little fever. But it's more of the same shit that we already knew. We knew what time it was with Jamal. We knew the situation was going to be like. We knew he wasn't going to stop cheating. We knew they probably wasn't even together to begin with. It's probably just for TV. So, I mean, I would like to say I feel bad, but that would be a lie. One of me a lie.
Right. Yeah, I don't feel bad at all. I feel bad that it didn't happen last season. Because
Right.
it was almost like Monique brought it. Monique was public enemy number one at last season's reunion. And
Yeah.
like Andy wouldn't even like take the binder from her. It was like she had cooties, whatever she said wasn't true. And so, but like now we'll visit everything basically that she said as though, okay, it's real. Now let's talk about this. How come you couldn't do this when you had her there in the binder last season? and
Right.
she's saying she's got the number, I can call him. Is that Jamal's number? Yeah. But we can, all of these questions, it's a year too late. It's a year too late for me. That's the problem. Like, why are we talking about it now? Oh, and again, Wendy chiming in when Giselle says that she was dating Van Jones, and oh, well, she wouldn't be his type because he likes women with integrity, even though he's been seen with Kim Kardashian, but whatever. Just
Right.
Wendy, like, I get that you and Giselle are not in the best place, but I just wanted her to just shut the hell up, just because we're gonna get to her, obviously.
I agree.
Like, my dogs are playing. It's y'all hear something.
She's
So
excited. Bless her heart. She's excited to be at the front seat next to Andy.
yes, yeah. She's yeah. Okay, so okay, I see Wendy as the girl who always wanted to fit in. Like now she's and I'm sorry, high prosperity thick girl. Now she's got her her hot girl body. And so like now at whatever 40 something age she is, I'm gonna wear all the stuff that I wish I could have worn when my junior year in high school and my freshman year in college. I'm gonna be the it girl. And I kind of feel like it's like watching this grown ass woman become the girl she always wanted to be, and so she just doesn't know how to calm her tits literally and just kind of be chill about it.
I think that Wendy's done everything that her mama done told her to do from since birth, pretty much. I don't think that she's a very accomplished woman, but I don't necessarily think that the direction she's gone in her career wise was something that she wanted to do solely. I think it was heavily pushed, probably by her mom and family and stuff. And she has the opportunity to just like let loose and just be, like you said, the person that she always wanted to be. So she's excited. And you can tell on her face that she's happy. She has all these degrees and stuff, and that's great. Um, but I don't think she gives a damn about them anymore. It's like,
No, she doesn't, and I think that was her projecting last
hmm
year on the girls when it came to her degrees, because she
that's all she
she
had.
I think she was jealous that they were already the women she wanted to be. They were living the life. They had these husbands. Most of them had a little, nice little body, whatever. And all she
hmm
had was her degrees. Like, and these make me someone. So you need to understand, girl. Like, you didn't even go to college, blah blah. And so it's like, no, Karen didn't need to go to college to live a great life. She married well. Ashley, same thing. Monique, same thing. But I think that Monique did go to college and pursue her degree. But they already had all the things that you wanted, and they didn't have some mother making them go and get 4 degrees to get it done. And so I feel like that was just her way of, like, I think that was her really showing her insecurity about who she was. And I think that was like kind of her showing jealousy, for those women. So let me just put them down. I know you don't have 4 degrees. Like, well, girl, I didn't need them, and I live better than you, like. And so
Right.
now, she's being that person. And I would like to kind of, I hope that when Andy talks to her, that he brings that up, like, that she's brought to some kind of point to reflect on that when they get to her package and the reunion. But let's see. The one thing that I don't like Giselle, God knows, and I'm here for almost any time anybody wants to shade her. But Wendy and Karen with the "you don't have a man" shading, that is one thing that I just think is utterly tired and lame. And I really see Black women do that a lot, like to shade other women. Oh, well, girl, you don't have a man. You can't get a man. You can't keep a man. You can't catch a man. As if like our existence hinges on being with men, having men.
hmm
I don't, obviously I like Karen way more than I like Giselle. But Karen and Wendy, like the way that they were carrying on with that, I kind of get it as retaliation, because, especially because Giselle does come for everyone who seems to be in a happy relationship. I notice she goes for those relationships. If And I honestly believe that if Robin and Juan, if they actually had a marriage and people thought they were really going to set a wedding date, Giselle would not be friends with Robin.
Mm.
Giselle seems to, in my opinion, she comes the hardest for the people who seem to have solid relationships. Which I feel like that was exactly why she came from Monique Samuels the way that she did.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris stood up for his woman. I mean, from the first season they came on until that reunion, and after, that's all that I've ever seen him do is stand by Monique's side.
Oh, so
And
you don't have a home? Yes, I have four homes. That was my favorite part.
yes, and she didn't like her ever since then. Now, I do believe, now, when we get into the colorism discussion, I think there are more colorism issues, more, I won't say there are none. I think there are more colorism issues with the cast than there are with fans. There are some with fans, obviously. That's going to be a thing, but I feel like there was no reason for Giselle to have that kind of vitriol um for Monique. Other than, to me, I'll tell you what it looked like to me. It looked like she was thinking, this black ass heifer got the life that I was supposed to get. I was supposed to be the one with the four houses, with the fancy cars, with,
Mm.
me and my green eyes, me and my light skin, we were set up to have all of that. And this heifer's just
Mm.
gonna come in here, and I've already labeled her as hood or whatever, seeing her, she's rapping in this fancy place where we're having drinks or whatever. And how dare she? That's how I always took it. Because Monique
Mm-hmm.
never did anything to Giselle when they met, but it was just always from her saying that she had four houses. And don't get me wrong, I didn't like Monique when she came onto the scene, because she did seem very braggadocious. She looked like someone who'd never had it, because people who have always had it don't talk about. Because she would talk about how much everything costs. And I remember, like, when she was drinking some kind of champagne. Girl, you think I'm about to drop this $475 bottle of champagne? Girl was like, okay, girl, like, who does that? People who don't
Mm-hmm.
have anything, So I wanted her to chill too. However, none of that was enough to make Giselle have the hatred that she had for her, unless, in my opinion, it was just, this black ass heifer got my shit. That's how I felt.
Very that. And when you think about it, Monique is not even that dark, compared to Candace and
She was
Wendy. But
right. She's not, but she was the only noticeably, unambiguously black person on the cast at that time.
mm-hmm, very that. And seeing as how probably a lot of men, probably especially black men, praise, not all of them, but praise somebody who looks like Giselle and stuff because,
Hmm.
a lot of people like to think that colorism is it's only women talking about colorism all the time, never men. As if they don't play into it or don't deal with it. It's the same rules. Lighter skinned men get things and more, it's been proven more money, all that than darker skinned men. But, because they're men, they don't like to talk about shit. But
Right.
it's very that. I definitely 100% agree with you. And to be honest, Giselle goes for men that look like Monique's husband. All
Hmm.
the men that she likes are dark and,
No.
you know, the,
And I
that's
think it's
all of
because they're the ones who tend to pedestalize her. I think that that's why, a lot of light skinned guys don't do it, because, like, shit, that's my sister. My mom is one of those. Like, that ain't nothing
them. Right.
special, girl. I get you. I know you. I am you. And so she
Mm-hmm.
knows that she can go to a darker skinned man who's going to, hope that she can give him some light skinned kids or whatever. She knows that she has a higher value with, especially if she can find a self-hating one, then,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he's gonna want to look at me, like, she knows what she's doing. I'll just say, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
when I think of her having a type, she knows what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably hurt her to the core that Jamal was cheating on her with dark-skinned women too. I'm sure she
Right.
didn't like that, because that seems to be
Mm-hmm.
his type. And he doesn't get any brownie points for that, because I don't like, when men will have a preference, for darker women. Like, that's like what they really want, but they don't make them they don't deem them good enough to marry. I'll sleep with them, but I'm
Right.
not going to marry them. I know that I need to have for the look. I need to have this light skinned woman on my arm, and that's what Jamal is giving me,
Hmm.
and that's what I think. So she probably, she could have had an issue with Monique. Maybe Monique looked more like the women that her husband actually liked. It could have been a few things, but I think that her issue though with Monique, regardless as to exactly the angle, I think it was rooted in colorism,
Hmm.
and that's just the way I see it. But still, I don't like Karen and Wendy with the whole, oh, you don't have a man, you don't even have a man, blah blah. Ladies, I just think that that's a lame read.
Do you think that they would still do that if Giselle was not so much in their relationship and everybody else's?
I would hope not. And like I said, I do think that it's retaliation, because Giselle does come for relationships. So I think it's retaliation. I would hope that they wouldn't do that. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know for sure. I would hope that they wouldn't though. I would hope that
Right.
they would not. But yeah, I do see it. I saw it both from them as retaliation. But if you'll notice, like Ashley's married, but Giselle doesn't come for Ashley's marriage because we all know that that's nothing to be that's nothing to covet.
Hmm.
You know, uh, Robin has a man, if you want to call it that, but Giselle doesn't come for that. Don't nobody want that situation. You sitting there living as a
Hmm.
roommate with your ex-husband, waiting for him to marry you while he's running around with the hot mic on, not knowing that the camera's on, saying he don't want to be with your ass. So
Yeah.
she'll support those things, and but and she's not coming for Candace's marriage. That's not an ideal marital situation either. So I think that
Hmm.
what Giselle does, if you notice her MO, she goes for the people who appear to be happily married. She came for Karen and Ray. She definitely came with everything she had for Chris and Monique. And who else? Yeah, and Wendy and Eddie seem to have a stable looking marriage too. And so that was the target this season.
Hmm.
Um, that's how I see her.
I
Uh,
agree.
what about Mrs. Scala? She comes on and he gives her props for her fashions and asks if she would work with anyone in the cast. Who would she like to work with as far as fashion is concerned? She says Giselle. What do you think? Hold up, Indy, go. My dog is. She always wants to.
It was
Should Giselle take that help or no?
it
Oh,
doesn't
I'm sorry.
matter.
Hi,
Just
Internet.
it's great. Um Giselle is not gonna take anybody's help. Giselle is the bee's knees. Giselle is the muse. Giselle is that girl. Giselle gonna be 70 years old and she's still not going she still think it's gonna be about her. She lives in that world of, bless her heart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She's crazy.
But so here's the thing. Oh, hey, B Stokes Styling is here, y'all. If y'all want content on this show and other reality shows, go and check out B Stokes Styling. If y'all want to hear horror stories from the beauty salon, also go and check out B Stokes Styling. She's been on here before, a friend of the channel. Yes. Um. So yeah, Giselle needs some help in that department, and again, this is where I kind of just have to point out, um, when asked about her fashions last season, Winnie didn't say that her
Mhm.
fashions were good, but she pedestalized Giselle in that moment and said, "Well, she's so pretty that she doesn't have to worry about her fashions. She's just one of those pretty women who." And so it's just like watching Giselle come for Candace and Wendy was a very expected thing for me. Um, I think that Candace was the intentional target last season, but things flipped and it worked for them to get rid of Monique, which was great because Giselle and Robin been having it in for her. But I knew that the next target was going to be one of the brown girls. And so it kind of, I was just like, Wendy, don't get too comfortable. I know y'all are AKA Sororas and yabla, 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 but you need to be your black ass needs to be watching your back. And
Her.
so I what I will say is I was glad that she was able to carry herself well and to say the things that she needed to say, but I didn't feel sorry for her because she watched this happen already and she didn't care when it was Monique's turn. So I was just like, oh, it's your turn, you know? So I kind of didn't care.
And for a long time, I actually, we used to disagree on this kind of topic. I was like,
Hmm.
no, but you know what? I actually agree. 'Cause I didn't feel necessarily bad for Wendy. And I guess a part of the reason I did feel bad for Wendy is 'cause I knew that she could hold her own against Giselle. And the reading that she gave Giselle when they was on Candace's trip, that was just needed in general. Like, regardless of who it Giselle just needed that reading for
Yeah.
sure. So
Yes.
I was definitely, it's not more so, Team Wendy or anything. I do like her, but I like anybody over Giselle, but
Yes.
uh, it's just I agree. I agree. When I stepped back and thought about it, I was like, yeah. But it was her first season. She came in as Candace's friend. So I guess she didn't really know anybody like that. So she was like, well, I'm gonna defend my friend. But I mean, nobody can say what they will do in that kind of situation in that situation. Because she came
Right.
very I know she wanted to stop Giselle in her eye. And to be honest, if she would have did it, I think pretty much everybody would have been on her side. But yeah, so her
Yeah.
coming down on Monique so hard, it was just like, well, girl, well now you in that situation, but she's, you know, uh,
Right.
about yeah, it was my
Yeah.
whole thing with the whole Monique thing is that that should have been happened to Giselle. I wanted Giselle to be that target first over Candace. That was my
Yeah.
main thing because she was the
I understood that too. I understood when you were saying that too last season. Yeah, it's amazing to me how Giselle is able to be the number one shit starter and still be able to kind of just stand back and watch other people fight. You know, I don't know why season after season these ladies let her get away with that. Like I was disappointed in Monique, honestly. I was like, I thought you were smarter than that, you know. I'm disappointed every season that I see this happen, and it's like y'all, Giselle's been playing the same trick since season one, and y'all haven't caught on yet. That's one reason I can kind of halfway appreciate Ashley. Ashley's just like, I'm out for myself, you know.
hmm
Ashley's like, look, my mom was sleeping under a bridge, honey. If I gotta sleep with this nasty old man so that I can, keep it in change in my pocket, that's what I'm going to do. I'll pretend like I love it, whatever. Indy, go lay down, mama. You're doing the most. Let mommy finish. Mommy got 30 more
and
minutes. You gotta go.
speaking of Ashley, hey, Andy. Speaking of Ashley, it was on the
Oh,
ending
I'm
credits for
sorry.
the
Thank
season
you, Love
finale.
My Sis. She says she loves my curls. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, um, they said that Ashley's weren't trying to force Michael to have baby number three. So what the hell? When's she
What?
just
Say
gonna
that
leave him
again?
and get her money? The ending credits, whenever it's the season finale on the show, they show what the
Oh,
girl's doing.
yeah, yeah, yes, yes, yes.
I said, oh, they're trying to work on baby number three. I'm like, huh?
I
Oh,
know. I know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't understand. Um. Okay. So Candace. So we start off from what I recall. I'm so sick of them doing this because they've done this before. I know at least twice before,
mm.
comparing Ashley's coffee and Bengay to Candace's drive back. Why do we keep doing that? I mean, I was glad that Ashley kind of took it, took it on the chin. Oh no, I'll put my foot in that, girl. That don't nobody want to hear that. Let's be clear. People barely want
That
to hear
song,
Candace's song. A lot of people, Candace has a good voice. A lot of people who don't like her are not going to be able to get past her personality to even want to listen to her music. So
Right,
there
right.
is that.
Ashley's song for Michael should only be played on Halloween. That's the worst.
My
Thank
6 figure
God.
days. How are you doing?
It should only be played on the devil's holiday. Cause my God.
Oh
But
gosh.
I agree because of Candace, personality and reputation on this show. A lot of people's not gonna rock with her music wise. Because to be honest, people just gotta like you first. But her album is good. I'll say that for it to be her first album and a housewife, because we know housewives music could be trash. Her album is good. I'll say that.
Don't be
Decent.
tired of somebody. Yeah, I don't doubt that she has some vocal talent, and I watched the video. I left a comment on the video on YouTube. Um, Nothing bad. My comment was just that I was proud of her and her love interest for promoting water,
I saw
drinking
that.
water. You saw? Yeah, because
Hmm.
so when she goes into the little restaurant, there's already 2 cups of water on the table, and then
Right.
the waitress is
They
like,
order more
"Let me
water.
like, I'll have water. Yeah, I'll have water too." Like, okay, so this place must have the best water in town. Like, girl, I want to go back to the drive back cafe and get some water. Like, the water's on point. You're gonna want like that shit was weird to me. So I was like, and it made now what I the shady comment that was in my head that I wasn't going to put that there because that's her first project, and she came out of her own pocket to do that. It was a low budget video. Did Mia say it to be shady? Yes. Was it also
Hmm.
true though? Yes. Right. But my thought was that the budget was so low they couldn't even think about ordering something that cost some money. Like, don't even think about saying you want a Coke, girl. You better.
Right. You
So,
know them
but yeah.
friends you go out with, and, they ain't got no money in their pocket, but they act like they do, and they order everything that everybody else orders. It's like, you didn't have no damn. Oh, you got me. You got me.
Girl, some water. Uh,
Hmm.
so anyway, okay. So I'm tired of them doing that comparison. Obviously, Candace's music is better, whether you like Ashley or not. Candace's song, like, yeah, the new Halloween theme song. So Mariah Carey's got Christmas on lock. Ashley has Halloween on lock.
That's
So,
right.
okay. So Andy asks Candace if what are his qualifications to be her manager? And she says, well, basically, he's not managing my music, he's managing me. And I think that we all walked away thinking that, okay, so he's your personal assistant. He's the one who is putting things on the schedule, making sure that there are no schedule conflicts. He's not a manager. Was that your takeaway? Because that was mine. He's your personal assistant.
I just wanted her to, like, I don't know. I kind of just wanted her to just, like, like, say something slick back to Andy, like, with asking that question. Because a lot of people make their spouses, not that it's good, but a lot of people make their spouses their managers and stuff. Um, and yeah, she could have just said that he's my personal assistant or he handles, whatever at home. I do think it's a mistake. I think it's a mistake, period, for anybody to make their spouse their manager. Um, because I feel like because they're married, he's going to be involved somehow anyway, but she and anybody else should definitely just get a real manager and call it a day. This gets too
Yeah,
messy.
I agree. I agree with that. And because I said, look, anytime we talk about them, I'm going to have to say it. I said it all last season. And you probably know where I'm going with this. Hi, Auntie Eva. I kept your name there. I'm going to say it again. And Lo-Fi Sis, I'll drop the link when we're done because I don't want Mr. Chalaki to have to linger on because I know he's got things to do. And so have I, honestly. But I'll drop the link for a few minutes. But y'all, so Candace, I know some people they'll say that people don't like Candace because they don't like the fact that she comes from money, and it's an odd thing seeing a black girl coming from money whose parents are able to put together $200,000 for a wedding and who can do these things for her. Honestly, that was what I liked about Candace. I liked seeing that. What I don't like and what I don't appreciate is seeing Candace's black mother take care of her and her white husband. Candace was
Mm.
bred to marry up. And I think that that is the problem that Dorothy has with Chris. Um, the whiteness is saving him from people saying the things that people would normally say if he was a black man who was in the exact same situation. Imagine Candace is married to a black man and we can't really figure out what he does for a living. He's managing her career now, like Kendu was managing Mary J. Blige, and then was able to walk away and get a nice settlement from the divorce.
Horrible.
Um, Going into the marriage, we know that there were multiple baby mamas and children he hasn't seen, and there were child support issues. If this was a black man, we'd be calling him a broke, dusty, off gate, like, oh, why is she marrying him? She's gonna bring that on TV, blah, blah, blah. But his whiteness saves him from not being talked about in the way that we would talk about a black man with the same situations. So I think that again, that's part of her mom's issue. Candace was born into money. Candace was bred, I'm sure, to marry well. And she married, in the words of Keisha Urban, shout out to the Color Me Pink channel, this barbecue ass husband who can't provide for her the way that her mom. So for me, there's nothing shady, or there's nothing to be ashamed about that her mom can do all these things for her. What is the funny looking part is that your husband can't, and that he's there benefiting from her like he's one of her children, like he's one of your mother's children.
Mm.
And he should be able to step up and provide for you better than your mother did. That's the issue with that situation for me. Coming from someone who dates the rainbow and all that, if anyone I'm dating, it better be a step up financially, but for sure, like, if it's a white man, like, you better be having the bugs and able to put me in a position above where I was. And that's where Candace
Mm.
failed. And I think that that's another reason why Giselle doesn't come for her relationship. The way that she tries to tear everybody else's. It's a fucked up situation. It just
Mm.
is. It just is. But that's my thoughts on that. What are your thoughts?
Well, I would like to disagree, but once again, it'd be another one of Mia's lies. So, I'm going to go ahead and agree with you. Um, at first, I
I'm
thought
Mary
that
Blue.
Mama Dot didn't like Chris because he was white. Um,
Hmm.
but now that I think about it, it's probably I'm sure she would prefer for her black daughter to be with a black man. It's fine. It's perfectly normal. Just like white people would prefer for their son or daughter to date somebody that's white. I'm sure. Um, but yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I don't think that she would have that much of an issue with it if Chris came from money, if Chris had money and stuff, because it is a
Hmm.
leeching situation. But I think that now people are starting to see um the tea with the Chris and Candace situation. The ladies will start to comment on it. Well, how does he pay him? What does he do? Da, 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 da. So all those
Hmm.
conversations starting to happen. So dare I say it, I hope that Candace and Chris's relationship lasts. But in general, I do like them as a couple. Um, but oh Lord, do I see it lasting? And now Mama Dot, any opportunity she gets, she loves the TV. Any opportunity she gets to bash Chris, she do it, and she don't care if it's against Aunt
Yeah.
Candace's. enemy or not? I'm like, why are you talking
No,
shit to me and Ashley and Giselle? I'm like, these messy ass people
she
about
was
your
talking
daughter's
to
husband.
whoever would listen. She was talking to
Yes,
whoever would listen. I damn near want to DM her and see if she'll come over here and talk to us. Um,
right.
but so Candace says she pays Chris in love.
Oh.
And if that is the case, I want to say, from what I can see on the show, he is underpaid because she don't act like she love him. I will cuss you the fuck out right now. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, he's definitely underpaid if he's getting paid in love. But so the answer would be no, he's not getting paid. And I think that I know that Chris, said, in front of their mom and everything that their mom. Look, I'm making him her son, her mom. They have their, what they have a prenup and all that stuff in place. But we know that prenups, they can some you can override a prenup, and I
Hmm.
I honestly feel like Chris will use footage from this show to build a case against Candace when he's ready to leave her. And I do mean when. I don't see the marriage lasting. I could be wrong. But what I see is him being able to say, I was working for her and she never paid me. And so this wouldn't even be necessarily alimony, but I'll need back pay. I'll need something to get on my feet because I was managing her career. I couldn't even do my own work. And you saw on TV, she said she doesn't pay me. So I would like for her to be careful because I could
Mm.
see him doing that because I do see him as someone who's very dusty. And I don't understand why you married this woman who came from all of this wealth and you feel comfortable. I don't care if her mom was only paying $1,000 a month on their mortgage. Why are you not, as a man, just going to say, you know what, we're not taking your money. Me and my wife, we're going to downsize, we're going to downgrade, and I'm going to give her what I can afford her. Uh, I have a problem with a grown man feeling comfortable taking something from a grown person, from their wife's parents to provide for
Mm.
his wife. And so because of that, I wouldn't put it past him to divorce her and come for her money, even if they do have a prenup in place. We've seen people go around things like that before. And so I just think she needs to be careful, even what she says. And if he's her personal assistant or she wants to call him her manager, she needs to put his ass on payroll. And if she doesn't want people to disrespect him, she needs to stop disrespecting him. And she needs to realize that she is opening doors for people to respect him by what she is showing. If they need to, if they're going to put on a united front, they need to have discussions off camera and get their stories straight. And then, come on camera and present whatever it is that they want to see. But she is creating the holes. She's giving people the ammunition to come for her relationship, her mother included, is how I see it. But what do you see?
It's unfortunate. I've always said the Mama Dot, she speaks out of turn. She wants to be a star on this show, like Candace is. Um, she is wrong for the things she says to the people that she say it to. But in general, is Mama Dot wrong? No. She looking out for her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate because it's on camera for all of us to see it. It just looks bad, and you should just have some kind of code, whether you like the man or not. They're still your son-in-law. This your daughter loves this man, so you should just still watch what you say to who you say it to. Like I don't see myself telling my son or daughters talking crap about their significant other to somebody who I know they don't like. That don't make any
Right.
sense.
Right.
So Mama
Yeah.
Dot definitely got her own shit with her, but I mean, she's just trying to
Oh,
protect her daughter at the end of the day.
wait, but I did think that it was funny when Mia said, "Oh, paying him in love? That's prostitution." I did laugh when she said that. And
Right.
Candace said, you would know. She says, "Well, I stick to the things I know about." Now that was funny to me. That was her own
Yeah,
view. She's like, "Well,
it was a cute little
I know all
shade
about
moment.
that."
Hmm. Right.
So Candace is a white man, brown dick prostitute.
Mm.
Prostitute, white man, brown dick, prostitute, personal assistant.
Father
I
God.
mean that. um. Okay. So, Andy asked if Candace's mother was on the deed. She said no. Um. And but it does seem like her mom was alluding to the fact or the possibility that she's still paying some bills around there. Because if you notice, Chris was careful with his words during the season after the video shoot when they had the conversation with her mom. He said, "You're not paying any bills with my name on it." That's what he said. He
Mm.
didn't say you're not paying any of our bills. You're not paying for stuff for me. You're not paying any bills with my name on it. Did you like that? That's like if you're not paying my bills, I'm saying you're not paying my bills. Like, of course, my
Right.
bills have my name on it, right? And so it leads me to kind of believe, like, well, my child support is in my name. Maybe the house is in Candace's name, the car is in Candace's name, and there's another car in her mother's name or whatever, but you're not paying anything with my name on it. That's a very specific thing to say, and words mean something.
I mean, now that you said that, it's real because Mama Dot do got her own room in the house, and it's like, why does she have her own room? Like she could just come in and
Mhm.
out when she wants to, like it's her other home and stuff. So I
Right.
mean, I'm sure Mama Dot. I'm gonna hit up Mama Dot myself and see if she can
Okay.
loan me something. Cause my Mama
Yeah.
Dot money long apparently. Hell,
Or give, you know,
thank
you
you.
know. I mean, look, uh, and so just like the townhouse situation, or the lot, was it a townhouse that they had? Whatever the
I think
house that
so.
Candace just left, their mom had a floor in that house because she was paying, a third of that mortgage. So to me, it kind of makes a statement that she has a dedicated room in this house. There was some type of financial contribution, maybe. I kind of just tend to think that, or that if that's not the case, that it was mostly from Candace's funds. We don't know what
Right.
Chris is doing. The YouTuber that I just started watching, I am Raphael, says that he does cooking tutorials on YouTube.
Mm.
but but we don't know. We don't know. And for a show like this, um, part of the whole glamour of Real Housewives of whatever is that these women are married to men of means, and
Right.
but in Candace's case, it looks like she's the one with the bag, or even if it is her parents, it's coming from her, part of the union, not his. And so
Hmm.
it's just not a good look. It's just not a good look. Yeah, he
Yep.
said she's not paying any bills with my name on it. So I
Because I can
words mean something.
understand. Right. I can understand if the mom was sick or needed help or disabled or something like that. That's to why she would have her own room and all that kind of stuff. That's not the case. Mama Dot running marathons or walking around better than most of us. So it's
Right.
like, what's the real tea that's going on?
We have one of the stars of Real Housewives of Potomac with us. Ashley's forehead is here.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming and joining us,
that is
Ashley's forehead.
hilarious.
But okay, and
Oh,
so then Andy gets into oh go ahead.
yes, I have
Yeah,
an
yeah.
announcement, y'all.
Okay.
Unfortunately, and I'm using this ring light as y'all can see. My I just got notified that I only have 20% left on this good old iPhone. So he
Okay.
said,
Well, look, we only have 7 minutes left, so we're
okay.
almost at the end anyway. Okay. Andy asks, what? How did Chris react to hearing what her mom was saying?
Mm.
And then that's when it's time for the tissue. And Candace's family is never going to be the same again because his in-laws watch the show. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
I
what are your
died
thoughts on
when they were
that?
folding that tissue, and each one of them talking about you forgot to fold it. I was falling out, and I was just like, you cannot not laugh at this mom, but she is known for a tissue fold and a good corner eye cry, and it's just like I wish she just come up with a tissue line, just for fun and laughs, like
Right?
But I definitely do know it probably hurt Chris' feelings. It's unfortunate because they're trying to. It was already this friction from the very beginning with Mama Dot and Chris, and it's just like you just keep talking shit about me, lady. Whether it's true or not, it's probably true. But you just keep talking shit about me, and it's magnified because it's on camera. Hey,
Yeah, he's
so it's like
breaking out. Yeah.
it's unfortunate. I'm sure Candace does feel uncomfortable being at Chris's people's house and knowing her mama talk shit about their relative and stuff. It is messy.
It is, but do y'all recall Candace's first season? She basically came on saying that Chris grew up like 8 Mile and she grew up like the Cosby Show. And so now there's like this narrative to try to reinvent who he was, and they're trying to make it seem like no, he came from money, but like no, girl, that's not what you said. That's not what you
Right.
said at first. And if he did, then why wasn't he paying his goddamn child support? I don't understand.
Mm, that's
I don't
that's a
understand.
conversation that's not talked about. Like, why haven't you been there for your kids, Chris? Like, I'm like, Chris is way older
Right.
than Candace.
Yes. Yes.
Mm,
So
Lord.
I can't with their situation. Now what about Mia telling her that a real friend would have told you that it was your mom who was talking to everybody, and then Wendy, shut up. Is anyone talking to you? Shut up or whatever. Wendy being team too much, but um,
See, I agree, but I don't at the same time because y'all still participated. Yeah, and
yeah,
Giselle in particular. Um, you are closer to Candace than you are Mia. You just met her, but Giselle automatically is Team Mia over Candace, and they got nothing to do with but color. Mia looks more like me, and so it's like it's Detective Brown Girls. It's definitely that. But anyway, it's I agree, but I don't at the same time. It's like y'all still was willing and happy to get that information.
yeah, every last one of them, and that's why it bothered me. After like kind of seeing a little bit more, I like just how we were all waiting for Monique to give Giselle that smoke. When is Candace going to do it? Like, because Giselle's been effed up all season with her, but it's like, okay, are
Hmm.
you that in need of an alliance? With the Green Eyed Bandits that you're just not gonna call them out because she didn't. There were a few moments in confessionals, and even now, like, girl, when are you going to do it? When are you going to hold Giselle? When is someone going to hold Giselle's feet to the fire? Someone beyond Karen. Um, you know. So it's
And
it's really
watching
disappointing.
watching the after show, you really get to see what a lot of the ladies think about one another, and they have talked so much crap about both Wendy and Candace, all the other girls, especially Ashley, especially Robin, and especially Giselle. And so it's just like, maybe Candace got a plan. I hope so. Maybe she's just moving strategically. because maybe she sees that they kind of do in a way probably got the sense to not want to film with her and probably alienate her and get her kicked off the show. So maybe she's moving carefully with them because at this point they all know that Giselle got some power. Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Hmm.
So that was pretty much it. Was there anything that I left out that was important that needed to be said before we run out of battery? We only got 3 minutes left before 9.
Um, no, I think we pretty much discussed everything. This is really good. Really good time.
Yeah, this was fun. I love doing this with you. Okay, so here's the deal. I didn't make any major announcement. I was supposed to have done that, but I spent a good part of my day with allegedly Elise in the chat and Shanitra. I think she's gone now. She was in here earlier. And so I didn't set things up and do the promotion the way I need to do it. So is Tuesday going to be a good day for you going forward, or might we be switching the days? We'll just kind of have to see with your schedule.
Right now we just kind of have to see. With our
Okay.
schedule, we're about to start a lot of overtime at my job for Christmas and stuff, so
That's
it's
right.
about to get a little crazy. But
Gotcha.
we'll definitely be
Okay.
back though for sure.
Yeah, so we're going to do the reunion together. So y'all just be on the lookout. So someday it might be a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. After each part of the reunion airs, I'll put something in my community tab, and I need to start promoting on Twitter. Y'all, nobody's following me there, but I need to start doing things so people will follow me there. Right? It's just like it's just another thing to do right now. But anyway, I will do that. And let's see. Nakaya says that she's glad that you came by. It's been a minute. I know, right? Like we
Oh,
love
thank
having you
you.
here, but I needed to promote this better, and I didn't. So I dropped the ball there. But y'all, just please, if y'all will hit the notification bell. And Mr. Chalaki, I am open to doing this on your channel. We'll get the people over there. If you want to set up StreamYard, I can help you with that, and we can, or maybe for Atlanta or something. We'll have a discussion when you have some time. But
Okay.
we can all go over there. We love having you here. Love Sis says she loved this vibe. So yeah, just set up your alerts, y'all, and everyone doesn't get a notification. So just be on the lookout. I'll post, you know, on my community tab, and I will post on Twitter. I'm so bad about it. Anyway, do you
I'll
have any
post too.
announcements before you get out of here? Because I'm gonna hang around for another 15 minutes. I'll drop the link so people can come and talk if they want to talk.
Just stay tuned for more of my videos. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I actually have my season finale Potomac review up, and also my part one reunion review up. It's Mr. Chalaki, and just go over there and check me out. And that's about it. Just still trying to hang in there, child. Just still trying to push and grow and do my thing. One step at a time. How about that?
Yes, one step at a time. And Alethea B has put his channel link in the chat. So y'all, if y'all like his
Thank you.
commentary here, you'll definitely want to go over to his channel because he doesn't only do Real Housewives, he does other reality shows and he does Chalaki news over there as well, like the trending news topics and stuff. He talks about that too. So you'll definitely want to go over there and support him. I love to have y'all here supporting him. That supports me, but support him on his channel and help spread that love. Get we all of us YouTubers want that YouTube love. Anything else though? Is that I don't want to. We're not going to be running past your time anymore. I'm going to respect your time. So I just appreciate you coming.
Oh, I don't know. I appreciate you. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all all the support. It's a good time coming over here. Y'all are great people, and I appreciate it. Support your black YouTube. It's not as easy as you may think, my God. So just keep doing your thing. Y'all got one of the best. Taiwan. She ain't no damn joke. You heard me?
Yeah, heard. Doing a YouTube for the 99 and the 2000. No, I was like,
Okay.
This is not my, this is not my thing. My specialty is old school, but I like to come on here and yeah, we can do these. And look, allegedly Elise saying she miss you. We love having you here, and Nakaya's
Oh,
already following your
likewise.
channel. So, but yeah, y'all, I appreciate you being here, Mr. Chalaki. He'll be back next week for part two, and we'll dig in. And I do want to say this, Miss Nicki Minaj, y'all, I'm not excited about that. I heard that
Me
she
neither.
dug
I
off
don't
into
give a
Candace,
damn.
and y'all know I'm almost always here for somebody getting off in Candace's ass, but I'm gonna need for Nicki Minaj to deal with the rapist under her roof before she comes to read any ladies on any franchise of any or anything. She got bigger fish to fry.
Her.
We'll deal with Candace. Okay, let her go
It's
deal
so
with her own
random and
situation.
stupid. Find something to do, Nikki. Like
Very,
drop an album, girl.
very. Drop your husband, and then let's see what's going on. Okay,
That's
I'm
gonna be a
just.
messy divorce too. Woo. Mm-mm.
hmm Yeah, but y'all just mark my words. When Chris drops them papers on Candace, y'all can say you heard it here first. Because that's just I don't see it going another way. I don't go another way. So anyway, thank you, Mr. Chalaki. We'll be here for part two next week
Thank
sometime. Y'all just be
you.
on the lookout. And I'll leave this one up until we do part two because I don't want to leave live streams up because everybody wants old school from me. So I'll leave this up and then I'll delete it. And then and Mr. Chalaki, I'll send it to you if I can figure out how to get the link in case you want to upload it to your channel. That's fine because it just
Okay.
it doesn't go with the motif here now. They want old school all the time for me. So that's what it's got to be. All
I
right.
hear you.
Thank you, Mr. Chalaki. We love you.
Thank you. I love y'all. Appreciate you. Bye.
We'll see you. Okay, y'all. Mr. Chalaki's out. So let me drop a link in case somebody wants to come and talk to me. Come and talk to me. Hold up. Let me see. Oh, shoot. Why can't I just. Let me see. Okay. Okay. If y'all want to hit that link, come and talk to me. I'll stay on here till I'll stay 11 more minutes till 8:15. If somebody wants to come up and say something about this show situation, and then I'm gonna call it night. I gotta feed my dogs. I'm behind schedule and everything. The link is not active. What the H? Hold on, y'all. Every time I do it like that. Okay, let me try this. I might have to go and copy the one that I sent to Mr. Chalaki. Oh, you can't. Let's see. You see, I'm not looking on my phone. Let me see. I know, right? Email me and I'll drop it. Okay, hold up. Let me try one more thing. Hold up. Oh, it worked. That one works. Okay. Okay. So I'll wait. I have 10 minutes. If y'all got something y'all want to say about the girls, Satan is acting up. It's the spirit of Candace's Bob acting up. Oh, y'all, that Bob was terrible. She's too cute, and I think she's a cute girl. She sometimes is not cute because of how she acts, but she's tiny and cute, and she shouldn't be styled like that. It was just bad styling. Anybody want to come up? I know Nakaya watches. I know Letha doesn't watch. She just here to support Lo-Fi Sis, Bernie, allegedly Elise. Y'all can check her out if she wants to come up and talk to y'all so y'all can get a feel for her. Naturally, Nakaya. I want to get a feel for her. The link is open for whomever. If nobody wants to take the link, I'll get off here and I'll go to sleep. I'm tired, y'all. I'm so sorry. Uh, oh gosh. I'm gonna give it. Well, if nobody hits it in 5 minutes, I'm going to get out of here. But I guess I can still talk while we're waiting. Um. Okay. Anything? I'm watching the comments. Anything that I left out that y'all wanted me to talk about or that y'all want to discuss? I'll watch the comments until 8:10. If nobody clicks on the link by 8:10, I'll just log off. Because I'm tired, y'all. I'm sorry. Come and talk to me. I really wanna meet y'all. Can we see the fashions? There is one thing I actually wanted to show you. I don't. Okay, I'll have to. Indy, hold up. Indy, get back, baby. I'm almost done. Can you give me 8 more minutes? Give me 8 more minutes, okay? Go lay down. That's my dog, y'all. One of my dogs. Okay. Um. What was it? Oh, there was one thing I wanted to share with y'all. But I'll get the link. Olivia, I'll get the fashions. I'll take those pictures and I'll put them in the thing so that I can show y'all next week. But there was something that I did want to share with you all regarding this reunion. Um, it was Miss Dorothy. Okay, so this was literally right after the reunion aired. Somebody on Twitter said um, they added her at Miss Dorothy 007. How are things with you and Chris now? Clearly, Candace is very hurt. Can you work things out? Her reply was, he is looking for a job. That was her reply. That was her reply. Lo-Fi Sis is here. Are you there, Lo-Fi Sis? Hold on.
Here, can you hear me?
Yes, how are you doing?
Doing wonderful. I look horrible.
It's
And,
all right. It's all right. You don't have to be on camera.
well, look, I just wanted to tell you I enjoy your show. You take the words right out of my mouth.
Thank you.
And
Thank
yes,
you.
I
I
love your
appreciate
old
it.
school stuff, but I like your new school stuff too. But I do understand you gotta do, what's best for the channel. I get it.
Yes. Yes, I do. But I don't get me wrong. I love doing this. And I am going to start live streaming more often. Oh, it's an echo. Hold up. Let me get my headphones on. Hold
It's
on just a
me. I
second.
need my headset too. Hold on.
It might be okay if just I do. Let me see. Hold on. I don't want to inconvenience you. Hold on. Okay, is this better? Is this better, y'all?
Mm.
Let me know if y'all can hear me any better now.
All right, and I got my headset on. Is that better?
Okay, let me see. Um, okay, is it better on her end, y'all? Let me
Maybe.
know. There's a little bit of a delay, so we gotta wait for the comments to come in.
Okay. It says I'm connected.
It's better. Okay, that's it. Perfect now. Okay, good. Nakaya and Olivia says perfect. Okay, so what were you saying? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying how much I really love your show, and I just think that you do a wonderful job. And even like your people in the comments, I think they're like the sweetest little people.
Thank you. I do believe we have some really sweet and really cool people who come to this channel. The vibe is just, we try to keep it chill, laid back. There's no need for drama. We're all just here to have a good time, you know?
Yes, and look, I've been binge watching you, and I just still laugh at the donations. I cannot get over the donations. Lord, I don't know what triggered that off for you to do that edit, but that was so freaking perfect.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My mind works in weird ways sometimes. There's another one that I'll do for probably next year. But yeah, that's just how my mind works. I
Well,
don't
look,
know what to say about
thing
that.
was, I don't want to hold you up too much, but I wanted to give you props on your editing skills too, because girl, I've been
Thank
learning how to
you.
do editing, and it is not easy. It is time consuming, and I'm like, this girl sat up here and edited these videos. Oh my God, how did you do this?
With practice, if
Yes.
you look at my older videos, you can tell that I did not know what I was doing.
No,
And so as I learned, I got better, and it gets better with time. It does. So
yes.
just hang in there.
So I just
Or, I mean, I know that there is someone who is an excellent editor in the stream right now, and I'm not going to shout her out unless she decides to put herself out there like that because
okay.
she has a lot on her plate. So I'm going to leave it alone. But if she at least wants to step up and say her name, because I know that people pay editors a pretty penny because it is so time consuming.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, I understand. I
Yes, and
understand.
you just have a beautiful brain. I said, this is just wonderful. So I just had to show my love because you
Thank
are so
you.
interesting. I kid you not, not too many people can keep my attention on YouTube.
Wow, that makes me feel really, really special. You have no idea those kinds of compliments because I do put a lot of time into my work. Live streaming, not so much. I want to have the topics and everything and keep the conversation going. But those old school videos that's it takes a lot of time, and I'm always really appreciative
That's a
when
lot of
people tell me
research,
that they
girl.
like
Keep
that.
us on our toes. And then, you get the thumbs down on some of them. And I'm like, did you just thumb
Hey.
down this video? And just like getting mad over here for you.
No, look, I used to get angry until I understood some things. And so, as far as YouTube is concerned, that's as good as a thumbs up. YouTube just
Right.
wants to know that people are
Apple.
reacting. And so
Yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Bad. Go with the bad.
Yeah, exactly. And better than 90% of the responses that I get are positive. And so as long as they're not like writing some kind of slick comment, I generally let things go. But if the comment is really slick, then y'all know I'm gonna zing them with a response, and we're gonna put it on the community tab so we can expose our wall of shame and have our Monday morons or whatever. But
Okay.
yeah, so it's all good. It's all good.
Good. And look, I just wanted to tell you, your voice is perfect. It sounds like you are like a news reporter or something. I think that's what makes the video like extra special. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Welcome. And I
I
don't
appreciate
talk
that. I really
like
do.
I'm bluffing, but I'm serious. That's what keep me watching as a viewer. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Hey, I'll take whatever it is. If it's the freaking Umar clips that I put in, I'll put those
Right.
in. If it's
So,
my voice, I'll keep drinking
thank
my
you.
tea so I can have my voice. I just appreciate that you're watching. I really, really do, y'all. That helps me so
Look,
much.
I told my husband, I said, babe, donations, donations.
Yes, ladies, look, we need donations, okay? That's just give them to us.
Well, all right, y'all enjoy your
So,
night. I just wanted to make sure I jump on. And just FYI, you were my first live that I've ever been on with a person. I was anxious to do this with you.
oh, well, I'm glad you came up. A lot of people will tell me that, and I'm glad you felt comfortable enough to come on up here.
One day I'll put my
So,
on the screen, but that is another topic. Lord, I don't know how you do that. Girl, you're pretty, but you know how people are. You know what I mean? People, people, it's the confidence. I learn. I sit back and I learn. How about that?
hey, I appreciate all of that. You've really given me a big confidence boost to
Oh,
go to sleep on tonight. So I appreciate you, and you're welcome to come back here anytime.
oh,
We'll be on, for the whole all the other three parts of this reunion. So if you got something you want to come here and say, I'll drop the link. When me and Mr.
oh,
Chalaki are kind of done with the recap, and then Sunday Fun Day is coming back Sunday, y'all. So that's a live stream where I kind of just pick one topic from the week and we talk about that, and then we play some games for cash and prizes, and it's just a kickback,
oh, next
before everybody goes back to work stream.
stop playing.
Huh? What you say? Oh.
Yes, come on, donations. Yes. I'll be.
Yes, look,
I'll be
we all want donations. We try to spread them donations around. It can't just be me. So,
there. So
yeah, come and kick it with us. That's
I'm
going to be
sure I
Sunday at
go to
6 o'clock.
that 6 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And now let's see. Okay, strike that. Next Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday. And then
Oh,
after that, it'll be every Sunday except for the first Sunday of the month. This Sunday, I have to drive back to Killeen. Oh, shout
oh,
out to Candace. Drive back. I got to drive back to Killeen
you
to go and get the last of the
really
things that.
can. She really can sing. She sounds really good. And I mean, honestly, everybody's budget is low budget now. Everyone just stands in front of a green screen now. Nothing is really paid for. People don't pay for
Yeah,
pictures and stuff anymore. They don't do that.
true. Yeah,
Yeah,
she doesn't have anything to be ashamed of. As far as that's concerned, now the way she acts on the show, she got plenty to be ashamed
for
of. But
sure.
as far as her video,
One more
she's
time.
got nothing to be ashamed of.
That purse bop,
What?
everything. I could not believe that lady hit her with a purse. I said on national TV, you hit this girl with a purse.
Listen, we've seen worse, but and Wings and Mumbo Sauce wants me to remind you that you can only win prizes after your seventh visit. So, no, she's full of shit. But we love Wings and Mumbo Sauce.
All right, fine, wings and mumbo sauce. Fine. Well, look, I do have one more thing to say. Okay, so look, as I was looking at the chats, I was really thinking about this. Wouldn't it be awesome, seriously, if Candace's mom, Tisha's mom from that show, Huntsville,
Oh,
Tisha's
I've never watched that. Okay.
girl, you gotta start watching it. And you gotta get Candy's mom in there. You gotta get all three of those moms together, and that will be a show. You have no idea.
Oh Lord.
So,
Candy's mom and Candace's mom alone. Those are the two I'm familiar. So I don't watch anything. That's on OWN, right? I don't watch anything on that network.
oh,
But yeah, Candy's mom and Candace's mom, Mama Joyce and Mama Dorothy,
that
that
would be
would be enough because I do believe that Mama Dorothy is in Atlanta already. She deserves to be a reality star in her own right. Why not? You know
yeah.
what? I might tune in. I actually wouldn't mind if Candace got replaced with her mom.
Yes. I think that would be awesome. I would laugh my behind off every day because I just know Mama Joyce is gonna say something crazy. You just know she has
Oh,
something
already.
crazy.
Now I do know. Okay, before I let you go. Okay, Melanie Holt. Is that who is that?
Yeah,
Is that the
that's on Love
who's?
Huntsville.
Okay, so Color Me Pink is interviewing her mother on
Oh,
her channel. So y'all, if you're not already subscribed to Color Me Pink with a Y, Pynk. That's Keisha Irvin. If you're
okay.
not already subscribed to her channel, go and subscribe to her channel because she is
Good.
interviewing her mother. I remember she said that on her Potomac review. I
Okay.
just told her I didn't know who that was, but I
Yeah,
know I've heard the name.
girl,
But I don't watch the show, but I congratulated her on getting the interview. So she is going to interview her. If you go
yeah,
and watch
with the
Color
hottest
Me
show
Pink.
now. Yeah, that's like the
Huh?
show now. That's like the hottest show besides like, Atlanta, because that fell off.
Mhm.
So that's like the hottest. I used to like watch it and then I stopped. And then the commercial started coming back on and I was like, oh my God, this thing is getting juicy. So yes, girl, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Well, so yeah, y'all go and support the Color Me Pink channel. She has definitely helped my channel along, and she also has her movie for her book, Paper Heart. Her movie premiere is December the 4th, and it's sold out in her theater in St. Louis, but it's going to be available to watch on streaming services. I don't want to put the wrong information out here, but I'll ask her to come back to the channel and give some
Okay.
information about her movie. So yeah, you'll definitely want to go check her out. She's an award-winning author. She's amazing. Hello, hello.
Well, thank you. I'm going to sleep. Good night, guys.
Thank you for coming up and talking to us.
Of course, of course. Bye, guys.
Good night. Okay, y'all, that is it. We got part one of the review done. Um, Thank y'all all for being here. I'll promote next week. We might have some more people in the house, but I appreciate all of you for being here. Y'all know this is what we do. I'm working on the old school scandal for this week. I want to have it out by Thursday. That might be um, it might not be happening. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to have it out for Thursday. And just don't forget, y'all, we have a lot of other YouTubers in the house. Don't forget to check out allegedly Elise. Don't forget to check out Alethea B and the Twitterholic. Alethea B for trading, the Twitterholic for Black Twitter goings on. Naturally Nakaya, check her out for clean living. I'm gonna say it that way, for clean living, for chemical free living. And those are only channels that I think are still here. If you got a channel and I haven't shouted you out and you're in the house, let us know. Shout yourself out. Okay. Um, and Antoinette, I know she has a channel, but she's not really posting, but she's going to get back to posting. So go on and subscribe to Antoinette too. And follow her on Instagram too. You can put your Instagram down there. That's all I got, y'all. I'll see y'all for part two. Thank y'all for hanging out with me and Mr. Chalaki. Um, yeah. Good night, ladies. I will see y'all. I'll have the and gentlemen, if there are any gentlemen here, I'll have the old school video out sometime this week, and I'll be live again soon. Next Sunday at the latest. At the latest, because there is a topic that I want to bring y'all from Jet Magazine, from a 1980 issue of Jet Magazine, because I want to have a discussion about this. All right. Good night. I'm going to give us the music and we're going to get up out of here because we exit with our music. That's what we do. We still do that. Holler.